I think about where the game's at right now and the fact that my experience growing up in the game is not what kids today are experiencing. Like my path to college, my path to professional baseball, it just doesn't exist anymore. And I feel like it's unfortunate. Like I grew to love the game. Okay. I loved playing baseball. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to show up. I wanted to play baseball every day. But it also wasn't the only thing I did. Like I played Little League in the spring. We maybe played 25 or 30 games. I played fall baseball. And that was it. Like up until I was 12 or 13 years old, like there wasn't travel ball. There wasn't this whole year-round thing. Like it didn't happen. And I grew to get excited about baseball. I wanted to go play because I didn't do it all the time. I wanted to do it all the time, but it was like I still had other things. I went fishing, played other sports, played basketball, played golf, but it wasn't a job yet. And I feel like what's happened today is these kids, 9 years old, they're starting to travel teams and it's year-round. They're playing 100 games. And I don't feel like the kids have the love. And there are kids that do, but I don't feel like they have the love that I had for it because they get so burnt out at a young age. They don't get to experience life. But the unfortunate side of that is the way that the industry is kind of pushing guys and the way from a recruiting standpoint and all that, it's like you feel like if you don't do it, then you don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, then you're like left behind.
Yeah, you're getting left behind. So you're 13 years younger than me, 14. So your generation, like you came up in it. Like I remember when East Cobb had their first teams. I was like 12.
Yeah.
All right. And it was like Kyle Davies, played for the Braves and other guys were the same age group as me. You came up, East Cobb was already, a dominant force. So what was your experience coming up through it?
Yeah. So growing up, going to East Cobb, like I remember being, that young age, 11, 12, 13, even 14, where East Cobb was like the mecca almost.
Yeah.
And then actually I was a part of the first tournament that happened at Lake Point when I was 17 years old.
I was about to ask about Lake Point. Where were you at with that?
Yeah, so I was a part of the first tournament. That was back when they originally only had like 4 fields, and now they have, I believe, 8 now. Now, that's like kind of like the new mecca as well with East Cobb. And just seeing the game grow like that, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, where at such a young age, these kids have to not only enjoy it, but they have to love the game. At a certain point, this game does almost seem like it turns into a job.
It becomes a job. Like it has to. In college and in pro ball, I mean, it is your job. And I think where I see kids struggle is like, in order for you to be able to go through that grind every single day, to put in the effort that's necessary to get to that level, you have to love it. And if you get burned out of it when you're, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, like that love goes away. You're like, dude, I just want to go hang out with my friends. Like, I want to go do something else. And so I feel like you're losing players to burnout that could have wound up being, really successful players just because the game was too much at a young age. But so it's like, how do you balance that?
And also another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with this is the advancements of like Game Changer. Like I had a new 11-year-old or 12-year-old come in this past week, and the mom came up to me and was like, hey, there's this Game Changer. Like, is there any way that you can kind of like look at my son's stats and like tell me what's going on? Or explain this. And I was like, sure, I would love to. But also in the back of my head, I was like, he's 11 and 12 years old. Like when I was in college, I didn't want to know what I was in. I didn't want to know my stats.
They're worried about it. Like they're worried about their numbers when they should just be showing up and playing the game and having fun. Like I want to be focused on winning the game. Do we win?
Yeah.
Like, do we win? Do we go get ice cream? And my motivation to get better is because I want to win, not because my stats on Game Changer need to be better.
Yeah. And one of the things that she asked was like, he's getting asked all the time at school, like what his batting average is. He's 11 years old.
God.
Like, what are we doing? I understand it's kind of good to have an idea, but for some kids and some people as they get older, but as me personally, I did not want to know.
If you're raking or if you're raking. It's tough because our facility, we're in the industry, we're showing kids hey, if this is where you want to get to, this is kind of the path you have to go, but they have to want to do it. And so you can't force them.
Yeah.
How do you create that love of the game? And then the thing that we talk about all the time that I see pro guys struggle with is because of the way they've had to come up, especially in today's generation, they have no hobbies. They have no way. And I talked about it the other day, hey, you're in a slump, you might just need to go fishing. They don't have a way to escape the game because that's all they did throughout their childhood was I play baseball, play baseball, play baseball. And they don't have a mental escape. I don't have any hobbies. And I'm not talking about one guy, a lot of guys. And so it's this double-edged sword of they focused all of their effort and energy on getting to professional baseball, but then they run into the roadblock mentally in professional baseball because they can't turn it off.
Yeah.
They go home and they're worried about it in their hotel. They're worried about it in their apartment. Like they're thinking about it constantly. They don't have an escape to get away and like let their brain turn off from what is now their job.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is trying to encourage kids to like, hey, play other sports when you're young. And then when you get to, you get to your freshman or sophomore year of high school, like now it's time. When you're 10, 11, 12, like play as many sports as you can. Be a well-rounded athlete. Have hobbies. Go fishing. Go hunting. Play golf. Like do whatever it is. Go enjoy your childhood so that when you get to the point where it becomes a job, you're not looking back going, no, this is all I've ever done. I'm missing out.
Yeah.
I mean, how many guys we know that are high school players, like solid players, really like have a chance to go play at a school and they're like, nah, I just want to go to college and like be a student.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch. And so I think that's things for players to challenge themselves to like know what your goals are, where you want to be, like what it's going to take to get there. And then what it's going to take to have success when I do get there, because I'm well-rounded, I'm mentally strong, because I'm able to escape when I need to.
Yeah.
I know what the other things that bring me happiness. I don't value myself as an individual because of my performance on the field.
Exactly.
That's one that I see guys struggle with all the time. It's like they put their value as a human being
On the results.
on their stats.
On their stats, yeah.
And that comes from the kids. Like
Yeah.
when the kids are like, your dad's hammering you at 9 years old, dude, you're only hitting 450 right now. Like, what do you do? And the kid like starts to equate it of, well, I must not be a good person because I'm not performing well. And it's like, no, like you could go over 4 with 4 Ks and you're still a good kid.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think it's a conversation we could keep having for sure. And that, we have kids of all ages in here. We have as young as 8 all the way to big league guys. And I see dealing with the failures of this game is something that everybody has to deal with. I mean, like, no matter what level. The tough thing is when they're young, if they're good, they don't have a lot of failure. And so if you're that player that's like, you're super good when you're young, and you're hitting 600, 700, 800 every year, and then all of a sudden the game finally catches you, they don't know how to deal with it. And guess what? Sometimes the parents don't know how to deal with it either. All of a sudden they're like, well, my kid hit 700 every year when he was young, and now it's not happening. It's like, yeah, because it's baseball.
Yeah.
Like that's not reality. So good talk out here. We're definitely gonna do this some more.
Yeah, awesome.